This is $230,000, the approximate cost that you'll need for raising a child from infancy to 18 years old. And guess what? Right now, people are saying we can't afford to have kids. There are some new trends, new data, new information, and if you want the scoop on why people can't afford kids, but what they can do about it, check this out.
One shot, now the future is yours. Go!
$230,000 for a kid? Are you kidding me? Check it out. Today's video is why young adults can't afford to have kids in 2023. Yeah, we got interest rates where it's at. We got inflation where it's at. We got the government making decisions where it's at. We have people in financial dire straits. Let me give you the latest and the greatest or the not so greatest. So this phenomenon is especially taking shape right now, especially in the United States. The US birth rate is at its lowest in 32 years. Job security, today's political climate, and a negative view on America's future are contributing to the decline. Kids are expensive, so people are waiting longer to have them. The expense of children is expounded as the cost of living continues to rise. Bottom line is, your dollar just does not go as far as it used to, so maybe it's not $230,000 to raise a child. Maybe it's $480,000. Bottom line, are kids too expensive? Well, men and women ages 20 to 45 were polled. 64% said childcare, it's too expensive. 44% that they can't afford to have more children. And 43% said that they waited to have kids because of financial instability. This comes from Business Insider. The people have spoken. Man, I got 4 kids, and I know that my kids aren't costing $230,000. I'm easily going to be a few $1,000,000 by the time it's all done and said. And my wife and I, we got married really young. And I remember we thought, we're going to wait to have kids. And then after a year, we decided to start trying, had a funny feeling that we should. And I'm glad that we did because it actually took years for us to get pregnant. And so in the beginning of our marriage, it was great for us to have time to really come together and connect. And we didn't have a lot of money out the gate in the beginning. So there was definitely some nervousness, like we want kids, we don't know how we're going to afford them. But I also made some moves to become financially free, like within my first 5 years of marriage. Like by 26 years old, I didn't have a care in the world about money. And at the end of this video, I'm going to share with you a couple of things that you can do to make sure you're in that kind of financial situation. But before we go there, we really have to talk about what does this really mean for our economy and our country? Because if kids are too expensive to have, we might see economic winter come to America sooner than we planned. There are countries around the world where decades earlier they stopped having kids and it's been destroying their economy. To raise a child to age 18 in America, it'll cost parents an average of $230,000. The percentage of respondents, 2,500 American parents, who said their finances played a role in becoming a parent has increased by 40% since 1970. Having kids can cause family spending patterns and investment patterns to shift according to the report. And when I look at this, here's where I get nervous. A lot of families, they're living check to check. Parents have this desire to want to give their kids the best life possible, but if there's no money to invest at the end of the day because they're putting it into childcare, well, then how are they supposed to build a financial future for themselves? And what it does is it becomes this downward spiral where all kids hear is, well, we can't afford this, we can't afford that. And that was something that me and my wife, we didn't want. We looked at how we were raised. I look at where we came from and I'm like, wow, I'd love to give my kids private education. I'd love to take them around the world for their education. I'd love to give them different experiences. And we've been able to do a lot of that. And it's because we had to find a way to prioritize family, but at the same time, we had to prioritize investing. If you have family or you're thinking of having a family, the most responsible thing that you can do is prioritize investing, because without investing, there is no saving enough money, first of all, to successfully really cover the cost of how you want to raise family, let alone have the kind of retirement and later life that you want to have. So here's the deal. With birth rates at an all-time low, problems are definitely going to arise. It will likely result in an economic collapse due to a lack of workers to keep the economy rolling. Well, there is a solution out there. Let me show you what it is. It's called financial freedom. It's what America was built on. It's like you have your free agency. How are you leveraging it? Too many people, they are zombies. They are sleepwalkers. They're like, I just go to my job and I do my thing and I know I'm financially not getting ahead and somehow I'm okay with this. Or I'm going to follow Dave Ramsey and I'm going to pay everything off so at retirement I don't have the money that I need. You can't do that. You got to make different choices. The biggest cause of the low birth rate is financial instability. So it's on you, not your boss. right? It's not their job to figure out how to get you promoted so that you can afford having a kid. Achieving financial freedom means that you have enough resources to cover your basic needs, emergencies, and future goals. This reduces financial stress and it provides peace of mind, allowing you to focus on other aspects of life without the constant worry of money. And I'm surprised at how many people, and it's probably not you, I'm preaching to the choir because you're a subscriber on my channel, right? Right. Like if you're not, you might want to be, because my mind is boggled by how many people I meet that are like, yeah, I don't have the money that I need, and I also don't have a plan to get money. I'm like, didn't anyone teach you, son, that like money is the common financial denominator that pays for all things in life, including childcare and college and vacations? It's like, if you're going to be good at only a handful of things in life, make sure money is one of them. And if you don't have a plan on how to do that, then you better watch to the end of this video because I'm going to show you how to become a financial genius expert real fast. Check it out. Had you been born in the 50s, dad likely would have had a job and it would have covered everything. By the 80s, you needed to have a dad either having two jobs or a mom and dad working. You fast forward to today, and I got news for you. A dual income earning family, that's still a recipe for check to check. Like, you have to learn how to invest, and what you really need is to learn this game right here. It's called multiple streams of income. By diversifying your income streams, you're spreading out your risk, and if one stream of income dries up, you've got others to fall back on. If you play your cards right, those other streams of income could even grow and become your primary source of income. Diversifying gives you the stability needed to make choices that you want to make. I got a buddy of mine who's a high-paid executive, makes a couple $100,000 a year, and he's like, Kris, my job is killing me. I want to be an entrepreneur. And I said, hey, then be very smart. Pick the right kind of side business that doesn't take a ton of time, that can financially replace your job. He went with one of my company choices. I call it Property. And in the first 30 days, he's turning an $80,000 profit. And he freaking is like, oh my gosh, Kris, like if I do this a couple more times, I can totally quit my job. That's what it means to develop multiple streams of income. So for example, I own a bunch of real estate, and my renters pay off my homes, and there's leftover money every single month. And over here I own some franchises and they kick off royalties. And over here I own some other businesses that are growing sky high to the moon and back. And sure, I've had failures. There are things that don't work out, but investing is how you overcome this garbage that is limiting you in life, telling you whether you can or can't have kids or where you need to live. I believe that you can have it all. In fact, I wrote a book called Having It All. And it's basically 5 different investments, totally different than what your financial planner would ever say, your CPA would ever say. They're gonna hate you for what's in this book. But this is the book of the rich. This is the book of the wealthy. These are the things that we do. This is why I achieved financial freedom in my mid-20s. This is why I've been living it for the last 15 years. This is why I'm growing multiple companies that all have billion-dollar potential. One of them has $100 billion potential. The secrets are all found in this book, and I would like to make this book a gift from me to you for free. It's beautiful, it's full color, and it is my life's work basically teaching how anyone, you included, can start from nothing and finally get financially where you want to be in under 5 years. As in a multi-millionaire in less than 5 years, but starting like I did with no credit and starting deeply in debt and having nothing in savings. Well, now, whether that's you or whether financially you're doing better, this book, this is for the new economy, it's for the new age, and it is the real secret that no one's telling you on how you get wealthy, because they're doing something very, very different, and this book's gonna spell it all out for you. Click the link below. You are gonna cover the shipping and handling. The cost of the book itself, it's free. That's my gift from you to you. Here's what I need you to do when you order it though. I need you to read it. Do you know why? Because it's gonna change your life. If you act on these principles, your life will never be the same again. Click the link below. Get the book now. Did you know that most people don't understand what it actually takes to retirement? And most people have been lulled into a state where they're never gonna get there, but no one has the courtesy to tell them? I'm telling you, click right here, watch this video, and let me reveal the dirty, rotten secret about what retirement's really going to take.